Thank you, Coach. Hell, everybody knows you're Roy, but not everybody knows your coach. Well, congratulations to all of the honorees, and particularly thanks to you, Roy, for those generous comments, and thanks to the Business Journal for continuing to highlight our business community, which I think is one of the greatest in the world. When I was thinking about this recognition, I was thinking about not only what we've done, but what we haven't done. And I don't want to throw any cold water on the party, but I do want to remind you, like my mother used to remind me, when I'd get a little recognition for something, she would invariably say, "Don't get too full of yourself. You hadn't done much yet." If she were here, she would still be saying exactly the same thing. But it is really interesting that I had the opportunity to follow Peter, because yesterday I was up at the project in Austin, and I counted 41 pieces of those yellow dirt diggers. And I told Peter about it today, and he said, well, I got to get them off the job because I got to dig some more holes in San Antonio to put my money in. So what we all want to do is just grow up and be like Peter. And as far as Romo, what can you say about a guy that's been running all his life? He told me himself he used to chase the ice cream wagon. He's still running and chasing. But we love him. He's done a great job for us in San Antonio. But again, I just want to recognize that for all of those, the great honorees here today, we could have 100 on that list, as we all know. And for whatever reason, some of us got selected. But we still got a long way to go, because under our watch, with all of this great recognition, we end up with the biggest high school dropout in the country. We ended up today with highest rate of teen pregnancy. We end up today with a city council that has got so much to do that they have to take the time to downzone properties, to take away property rights. Nelson is here, spent his whole life working in public service, and why he is so dead set on spending $1 billion downtown ripping up the streets so we can hear that clang, 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 clang. But if Nelson is for it, we got to be careful. You know, maybe we got to think about something good's going to happen here. But something really good did happen last night. It's already been commented on. But while the rest of the world was concerned about all the problems that all of us face every day, there were hundreds of thousands of people watching on television across the United States, and indeed a full arena here, and they were watching the San Antonio Spurs just handed to the great New York Knicks, and particularly their star of the moment. And who was doing it? Well, the way as I watched the game, Pop had them confused. Pop was screaming in Russian the entire game. And Mike D'Antonio, coach of the Knicks, having been taught everything he knows by Pop, was screaming at the officials, telling the officials that Pop is cursing you in Russian. The officials misunderstood and started throwing tees on D'Antonio, so he had to be quiet. But out of all of this hubbub, which that's what's so great about sports, this great young man now that's the point guard that is doing so well, he had to hand the ball over to a little kind of scrawny, bow-legged Frenchman who really can't do too well speaking French and sure as hell can't speak Russian. And Pop is screaming at him his instructions, and while he's doing it, he's racing up and down the floor, and he is burying number 17 from the Knicks. Just burying him. So while he was burying him and the whole world was watching, San Antonio was recognized for doing something extremely well. And that was being done by Tony and that group of battlers on the floor. You might have noticed, if you saw the picture this morning on the front page of the sports section, Tony is coming down 108 miles an hour with those crooked legs kind of twisted going each way. And his tongue is hanging out. He learned that from Michael. His tongue is hanging out, and he's getting ready to show people that in addition to the teardrop, he still can dunk. So we have a lot to be grateful for, and a lot of it is recognized by the leaders that we have here today. And with all of the jest that I throw at them, I don't want to say anything that is in jest about Lila, because Lila's come out of retirement 19 times. So every time we fall in the ditch, here comes Lila. Thank God for Lila. Let's give her a big hand. I've got to get back to my seat where Charlene is going to chew me out big time. Thank you.